Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Monday. I miss you so much, and I wish that I could be in the classroom with all of you. I hope you are staying safe and healthy during this time, so make sure you're washing your hands very often for 20 seconds, okay? So you can sing the happy birthday song while you're washing your hands, and that is a good amount of time. Make sure to practice what we call social distancing, which means that you stay home with your family and not to be in a large crowd with lots of people. So just make sure you're staying safe and healthy. So this is my first YouTube video today. Since we can't be in the classroom together, I'm going to be teaching you through videos. So try not to make fun of me too much. I've never done this before. But for today's lesson, you're gonna need a piece of paper, a pencil, or if you have a dry erase board and a marker at home, you can use that too. So take a minute, pause this video, go get the things that you need, and then press play when you come back. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you about perimeter. So everybody say perimeter. All right. Perimeter is the measure of the distance around an object or a shape. So towards the beginning of the year, we learned about area. Do you remember learning about area? I hope so. So remember, area is the measure of the inside of a shape, okay? So there were two ways that we could find area, right? So we can count all the squares inside of this shape, right? We can also multiply. So we can look at the number of squares that are going up and down. We can count that there's 6. Then we can look at the number of squares that are going across. And we can count that there's 5. Then if we multiply the length times the width, 6 times 5 is 30, okay? So that's just the easier way to find area, right? Now let's try a practice problem for area at home, okay? So on your paper, so this is just a review of area, I want you to draw a square. If you don't have graph paper, that's okay. Just draw a square like this, okay? And our length, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 7. Okay, and our width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so to find the area, you probably don't have this graph paper at your house. If you do, that's great. You could count all the squares, but if you just have a regular piece of paper, you'd have to multiply 7 times 6. Now, hopefully you've been practicing your multiplication facts at home and you remember that 7 times 6 is 42. So the area of this shape is 42. Okay? All right, so that's just a little review of area. Now, like I said, perimeter is the measure of the outside of the shape, so it's a little bit different. So I'm going to draw another square on my board. You don't have to draw this on your board. Okay? All right, so here is my square. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Going up and down as my length, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 going across. And you know, Miss Marsh actually made a mistake. This is not a square because a square has 4 equal sides. So this would actually be a rectangle, okay? So my rectangle here has a length of 5 and a width of 4. Now, if this were area, we would just multiply 5 times 4 and get our answer. But since we're working on perimeter, we have to look at all 4 sides of this shape, okay? So if this side is 5, if the length is 5 here, that means that this side is also 5. So I'm going to write a 5 here, okay? If my width is 4, that means that up top here, it's also going to be 4, right? So now I can see all 4 sides of my shape. And to find the perimeter, I have to add all 4 sides together. So area was multiplication, perimeter is adding. So remember, perimeter is adding. Say it with me. Perimeter is adding. Okay, good. So I'm going to add all 4 sides together. So I have to do 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4. Okay? So to make it easier on myself, I'm going to start with 5 plus 5. That's a pretty easy fact, right? 5 plus 5 is 10. So I drew my arrow down to show 5 plus 5 is 10. And then we have 4 plus 4 is 8. Another simple fact. Okay, so now we take 10 plus 8, which is 18. Okay, so the perimeter of this rectangle would be 18. All right. Okay, so I'm going to write 18 in the middle of my rectangle so we know that the perimeter is 18. All right, so now I did one for you. You know in class we do I do, we do, then you do. So I'm going to give you a problem that we're going to work through a little bit together. So now's the time where you want to get your pencil ready, your paper ready, and I want you to draw your best rectangle on your paper. So your rectangle is going to have a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to have a width of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now again, we're not finding area, we're finding perimeter. So we have to look and make sure we know what all 4 sides would be. So if our width up top is 5, that means that down here, this side would be what? 5, yes, 5. Okay, and if we know our length on this side is 6, that means that our length over here would be 6. So now I want you to pause this video and I want you to add up all 4 sides to find the perimeter, okay? So pause this video, and when you are finished, press play to see if you got the answer right. Okay, so if you add all 4 sides, you would have 6 plus 6 plus 5 plus 5. And again, I like to start with 5 plus 5 because that's a pretty easy fact, right? So 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 6 plus 6 is 12. So what do I have to do with these 2 numbers again? I have to add them, right? So I add 12 plus 10, okay? 12 plus 10. So if I look at my ones place, 2 plus 0 is 2. And then if I look in my tens place, 1 plus 1 is 2. So our perimeter would be 22. So I'm going to write that in the middle of my rectangle. Go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back if you got that one right. Good job. Okay, so the next problem, you are going to try all by yourself. I'm going to give you the length and the width of the shape, and you have to add all 4 sides to figure out the perimeter, okay? So let me draw my rectangle here. All right, so draw a rectangle on your paper. Your length is going to be 5. So you want to write that on your paper. and your width up top is going to be 4. So you want to write that down on your paper, okay? So think about what the other 2 sides would be, and then you have to add all 4 sides together. So go ahead, pause this video, try it out by yourself, no cheating, and then when you're all finished, press play and see if you got the answer right. Okay, so let's see here. Hopefully you did this by yourself and you paused the video like I asked. If this side is 5, that means that this side has to be 5, right? Okay, so those 2 sides are the same length. Now, if the width is 4, that means down here it has to be 4. Okay, my next step, I have to add all 4 sides together. So I'm going to add 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, I know 5 plus 5 is 10. And I know 4 plus 4 is 8. So my next step, I have to add 10 plus 8. We should know 10 plus 8 is 18. 18. So if you got 18, pat yourself on the back, give your brain a kiss. Great job. I'm going to write 18. So we know my perimeter is 18. Okay, so that was our first mini lesson on perimeter today. If you feel like you need more practice, you can always go back and listen and watch this video all over again. But be sure to go back to the Google Slide page to see what your next steps are. I have an exit ticket for you that I want to see if you can find perimeter by yourself. And then I posted an assignment on iReady so you can practice perimeter more at home. So that assignment is called Concepts About Area and Perimeter. Okay, and I'm going to be posting a video as much as possible. Hopefully every day you'll see a video of Miss Marsh, just like if we were in the classroom. And if you have any questions, please have your parents contact me on Remind, and we can set up a video chat so I can help you if you're not understanding a topic. All right, so have a great rest of your day. Go outside, take a walk, do something fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.